There comes a point in every life when the weight feels too heavy, the road feels too long, and the heart feels too tired to take another step. In those moments, you may wonder if you have anything left to give. You may question if you are really strong enough to rise again. But strength is not always loud. It is not always dramatic. Sometimes strength whispers. Sometimes it trembles. Sometimes it shows up only after you think you have none left at all. Strength lives in the moments you stand back up after life has knocked you to your knees. It lives in the nights you cry but still find a way to greet the morning. It lives in the choices you make when no one is watching. It lives in the quiet courage to believe that the story is not done yet. You have survived nights you thought would break you. You have walked through storms you did not think you could endure. You have kept going even when the world told you to quit. That is strength. That is resilience. That is you. Life will always bring challenges. It will always test the edges of your faith and the durability of your hope. But every challenge is also a sculptor. It chisels away doubt. It reveals your depth. It introduces you to the parts of yourself you did not know existed. You are stronger because of the things you thought were unfair. You are braver because of the moments that shattered you. You are wiser because of the seasons that forced you to grow. When you feel overwhelmed, remember this simple truth. Forward is forward no matter how slow. Progress is progress no matter how small. You do not need to run. You do not need to leap. All you need to do is keep moving. One breath. One step, one choice at a time. Strength is not measured by speed. It is measured by consistency. And you have the consistency of someone who refuses to be defeated. There will be voices that try to convince you to shrink. There will be doubts that try to convince you to stop. But deep inside you, there is a voice that has never abandoned you. A voice that knows your truth. A voice that knows your potential, a voice that whispers, keep going, keep believing, keep moving, because something inside you is powerful enough to rewrite the story. You are stronger than every failure and every fear. You are stronger than the heartbreak you never asked for. You are stronger than the mistakes you made when you did not know better. You are stronger than the people who doubted you. You are stronger than the version of yourself that once settled for less. The path ahead may not be easy, but the person walking it is extraordinary. Keep moving forward, even if you do not see the finish line, even if the destination still feels far away. Keep moving forward because every step you take is a declaration. A declaration that you are not done. A declaration that your story is still unfolding. A declaration that you are strong enough for this chapter and the next one yet to come. Keep going. Your strength has carried you this far, and it will carry you further than you can imagine. You are stronger than you think, and this truth often reveals itself only in the moments when life feels overwhelming. Strength is not something you discover when everything is calm and easy. It is something you uncover when the storm rises around you and you keep moving anyway. Many people believe strength looks like confidence, perfection, or unshakable certainty, but real strength shows up quietly. It shows up when you feel afraid, but still choose to take one more step. It shows up when your heart is heavy, but you still get out of bed and try again. It shows up when the world expects you to break, but you decide to rise. Is that most people underestimate their strength because they measure it by moments when they felt weak. They remember the days when they cried, when they doubted themselves, when they felt alone, or when they lost something important. They look at those moments and assume weakness defines them. But the truth is that those very moments prove how strong they are. You survive things you once believed would destroy you. You walk through pain you thought would last forever. You found your way through nights that felt endless. That is not weakness. That is strength in its purest form. Strength does not mean you never fall. It means you rise every time you do. It does not mean you never fear. It means you refuse to let fear control your direction. It does not mean you never doubt. It means you do not let doubt stop you from trying. Strength is not measured by how perfectly you live. It is measured by how bravely you live. Every scar you carry on your heart is evidence that you faced something painful and found a way to keep going. Every lesson you learned is a reminder that you grew through what once tried to break you. You often do not realize your own strength because you compare yourself to others. You look at their victories and forget your own. You look at their smiles and ignore the battles you have fought silently. You forget that strength is not about looking strong. Strength is about being strong even when no one sees it. Even when no one understands what you carry, even when no one knows what you are healing from, you are stronger than you think because you have carried more than anyone knows, and you are still standing. There are days when you feel tired, discouraged, or lost, and those days make you believe your strength has disappeared. But strength does not abandon you, it simply shifts. Sometimes strength looks like pushing through. Sometimes it looks like resting so you can continue. Sometimes it looks like asking for help. Sometimes it looks like walking away from what drains you. Strength changes its form depending on what you need, but it never leaves you. Every challenge you face becomes proof of what you can overcome. Every setback becomes a reminder of what you can rise from. Every disappointment becomes an opportunity to discover how much determination still lives inside you. When you think you are done, you find one more moment of courage. When you think you cannot handle any more, you handle it anyway. When you think you are breaking, you begin to rebuild. That is strength. The kind of strength that cannot be taught, the kind that is earned. You are stronger than you think because your spirit has survived storms that others never saw. You have carried burdens that would have collapsed someone else. You have walked through fire and come out wiser. You have faced darkness and still chosen to look for light. You have been knocked down and chosen to rise again. This strength has always been inside you, even when you doubted it, even when you could not see it, even when you felt like giving up. And as long as you keep moving forward, that strength will continue to grow. Believing in your own strength is not something that happens overnight. It is a process that begins the moment you stop underestimating yourself. Many people walk through life carrying a quiet heaviness because they have spent years listening inside them the voicing that says they are not enough. That voice becomes so familiar that they start to think it is the truth. They begin to believe that their doubts are stronger than their capabilities and that their fears are louder than their potential. But the moment you choose to challenge that voice, something powerful begins to shift. That shift becomes the turning point in your journey. It becomes the moment you realize that your strength has been inside you all along, waiting for you to acknowledge it. You are stronger than you think because your strength has been built through every experience you have survived. You may not notice it because you were too busy trying to make it through the pain or the confusion, but strength does not always announce itself. It grows quietly. It grows in the moments when you kept going even though your heart was tired. It grows in the days when you showed up even when you felt weak. It grows every time you made a choice to keep moving forward when everything in you wanted to stop. So even if you do not feel strong, you must understand that strength is not a feeling, it is a truth, and it lives inside you whether you see it or not. When you stop doubting your strength, you begin to unlock a version of yourself that you have not met yet. You begin to trust your ability to rise above challenges that once made you crumble. You begin to see that the things you feared were actually opportunities for you to discover just how resilient you are. You start to understand that every challenge is not a sign of weakness, but an invitation to grow stronger. You realize that you have survived things that once felt impossible, and that survival itself is proof of your inner power. Every breath you take today carries the strength of everything you have overcome before this moment. Self-doubt is an illusion that convinces you to forget your victories and focus only on your wounds. It tries to tell you that one mistake defines your worth and that one setback determines your future. But strength shows you a different story. Strength reminds you that even when you fall, you still have the ability to rise. Strength tells you that the scars you carry are not signs of defeat, but signs of courage. Strength whispers that every time you thought you had nothing left, you somehow found a way to keep going. And that is what makes you powerful. You do not need to have all the answers to be strong. You do not need to feel confident every day to be strong. You do not need to move fast to be strong. You only need to take one step forward at a time and trust that you are capable of handling what comes next. Your strength grows in motion, not in perfection. It grows when you decide that your fear will not control your direction anymore. It grows when you refuse to let uncertainty stop you. It grows when you stop apologizing for wanting more out of your life. The moment you begin believing in your strength is the moment your life begins to shift. Doors start to open. Opportunities begin to appear. Your courage grows, your clarity sharpens, and your spirit rises. You begin to move differently because you finally understand that you have every reason to trust yourself. You have every reason to keep going, and you have every reason to believe that you are stronger than you think. Your strength has never depended on the moments when life was easy. It has been shaped in the dark places where you had no choice but to keep going when everything in you wanted to quit. You may not realize it yet, but every hardship you survived has carved resilience into your spirit. Every disappointment has added depth to your understanding, and every closed door has pushed you toward a version of yourself that is wiser and stronger than before. True strength is not born from comfort. It is born from the days you cried but still showed up, the days you were afraid but still moved, and the days when life broke your heart but you kept it open anyway. You have walked through storms that would have defeated someone else, yet you are still here standing, breathing, learning, and rising. That alone is proof of the extraordinary power within, even if you do not always feel it. Most people underestimate their own strength because they measure that only by their victories, not by their endurance. They forget that strength is built through pressure, through confusion, through nights of uncertainty when you whispered to yourself that you could not take another step, but somehow you did. You have been stretched, hurt, tested, and challenged that others will never fully understand, yet those experiences have made you more capable than you know. You survived moments you once believed would destroy you. You walked out of situations you thought you would never escape. You rebuilt parts of yourself that you thought were gone forever. You learned to stand even when the ground beneath you felt unsteady. This is not weakness, it's strength in its purest form. You may look back and see only the times you fell, but look deeper and you will see that every fall ended with you getting back up. You may remember the moments when you broke, but you forget that breaking allowed you rebuild yourself with more wisdom. You may recall all the times you doubted your worth, but you overlook the fact that you kept moving forward even with doubt in your mind. Real strength is quiet. It does not always roar. Sometimes it shows up in a whisper that says, try one more time. Sometimes it shows up in a deep breath that steadies your shaking hands. Sometimes it shows up simply in refusing to give up on yourself. There is a version of you forming right now, shaped by every challenge you are facing. You are becoming someone who knows how to rise, someone who knows how to continue even when the road is unclear, someone who can stand in the middle of fear and still choose courage. Every hardship you endure becomes part of your foundation. Every lesson strengthens your mind. Every tear waters the seeds of resilience growing inside you. The strength you carry today is not accidental. It was forged. It was earned. It was built through everything you have lived through. You may not always feel strong, but feelings are not facts. Strength is in your actions. Strength is in your persistence. Strength is in your refusal to let pain define you. The truth is simple. You are stronger than you think. You always have been, and every challenge you face is shaping you into someone even stronger. Keep moving forward. Your strength is rising more than you realize. You often discover your true strength in the very moments you wish you could avoid. Challenges are not punishments. They are mirrors that show you who you are becoming. Too many people believe that struggle means weakness, but struggle is simply the space where your strength begins to grow. Strength does not reveal itself in comfort. It shows up in the nights you cry and still choose to continue. It shows up in the moments your heart feels heavy, yet you still wake up and try again. Obstacles do not come to destroy you. They come to introduce you to the power you forgot you had. Every challenge arrives with a message, even if you cannot hear it right away. Sometimes the message is patience, sometimes resilience, sometimes self-belief, sometimes redirection. When something stands in your way, it is not always a sign to stop. More often, it is a sign to rise higher than you ever have before. You learn the truth of your strength when you refuse to surrender. When life pushes you to your limits, it is inviting you to discover that your neverments were you can endure more than the world has taught you to believe. You can rise from places that once felt impossible. You can grow through moments that once terrified you. It is easy to feel overwhelmed when obstacles pile up. It is easy to assume that life is working against you. But the truth is that obstacles often show up because life is preparing you for something bigger. They shape you. They sharpen you. They strengthen you. If the path were always smooth, you would never learn what you are truly capable of. If everything came easily, you would never discover the depth of your courage. Every difficulty is shaping a version of you that is as powerful beyond measure. Sometimes obstacles exist to slow you down. They give you a moment to breathe, to reflect, to understand what you truly want instead of what you are rushing toward. Sometimes obstacles exist to redirect you toward something better, something healthier, something more aligned with who you are becoming. Sometimes obstacles exist to break your old patterns, the ones that kept you small, the ones that held you back, the ones that whispered you were not enough. And sometimes obstacles exist to show you that you can survive storms that once would have crushed you. You must remember that your strength does not grow in a straight line. It grows in the moments life knocks you down and you choose to stand anyway. The problem is that it grows in the moments you feel lost but keep searching for light. It grows in the times when the world tells you to quit, but something inside you whispers to keep moving. Strength is not loud, it is quiet. It is steady, it is built in silence. It is built in persistence. And every obstacle, no matter how painful, becomes a piece of the foundation you stand on. You are stronger than the moments that scared you. You are stronger than the mistakes you made. You are stronger than the heartbreaks that tried to break your spirit. You are stronger than the days you thought you would not survive. If you look back on your life, you will realize you have already overcome so much more than you give yourself credit for. You did not come this far by accident. You came this far because your strength carried you. Obstacles are not the end of your journey. They are the beginning of a stronger version of you. And every time you push through, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. There's a powerful shift that happens when you realize that even the smallest step forward counts. Progress is not always loud. It is not always obvious. It is not always the kind that others can see or applaud. Sometimes progress looks like getting out of bed when your heart feels heavy. Sometimes it looks like choosing hope when fear feels louder. Sometimes it looks like whispering to yourself that you will try again tomorrow. Every small step matters because movement, no matter how gentle, it keeps your spirit alive. When you keep moving forward, even in small ways, you tell the universe that you are not done yet, that you still have fight inside you, that you still believe a better version of your life is possible. People often underestimate the power of small steps because they want transformation to appear instantly. They want breakthroughs that look dramatic and victories that feel grand. Yet the greatest transformations are built quietly, piece by piece, moment by moment, decision by decision. You may not always see the change happening within you, but that does not mean it is not happening. Every step forward is strengthening a part of you. Every step forward is teaching you something new. Every step forward is preparing you for a moment when everything will finally make sense. Small steps are proof of resilience. They are reminders that you are not someone who quits. They show that no matter what life throws at you, you have a strength within you that refuses to surrender. You are still learning. You are still growing. You are still moving. And that alone is enough to keep hope alive. Never underestimate what consistency can do. One small step each day can move mountains over time. Growth does not always feel dramatic. Most of the time it feels ordinary. But ordinary effort, repeated with heart, becomes extraordinary results. There will be times when your mind tries to convince you that moving slowly means you are failing, that you should be further by now, that others are achieving more than you. But comparison will always rob you of the beauty of your own progress. Your journey is not meant to look like anyone else's. Your timing, your pace, your challenges, and your victories are uniquely yours. You are exactly where you need to be to learn what your future requires. Trust that, honor that, and keep moving forward in the way that feels right for you. Progress is not measured by speed. Progress is measured by direction. If you are moving toward healing, you are progressing. If you are choosing hope instead of giving up, you are progressing. If you are doing your best with what you have, you are progressing. If you are becoming more aware of your strength, you are progressing. You do not need to run. You do not need to leap. You just need to keep going. You just need to refuse to stop. You just need to believe that every step forward is taking you somewhere meaningful. The beauty of small steps is that they build momentum, they build discipline, they build courage. With each step, you gain a little more strength. With each step, you gain a little more clarity. With each step, you feel a little more capable. Eventually, the steps you once thought were small become the foundation of the life you always wanted. You look back and realize that what carried you was not dramatic bursts of motivation, but the quiet decision to keep moving forward, even when no one else knew how hard it was. You are stronger than you think, and every step you take, no matter how small, is proving that strength. Keep believing, keep breathing. Your future is growing with every step you choose to take. In the end, everything you have been searching for, fighting for, and hoping for begins with one simple truth. You are so much stronger than you think you are. Stronger than your fears, stronger than your doubts, stronger than the moments that tried to break you, stronger than the nights when you felt alone and unsure. Your strength has been rising inside you quietly, patiently, waiting for the moment you finally see yourself the way life has always seen you, not as someone defeated, but as someone becoming. You have survived storms that others never knew you faced. You have carried burdens that would have crushed a weaker spirit. You have risen from disappointments that once felt impossible to overcome. You have walked through seasons that were meant to diminish you, yet you emerged wiser, deeper, and more aware of who you are. That is not weakness. That is strength in its purest form. And it is a reminder that you have everything you need to keep moving forward. Life will test you. It will stretch you. It will hand you challenges that make you question your worth and your direction. But every challenge you faced taught you something essential. Every obstacle strengthened a part of you that you did not even realize existed. Every setback prepared you for something bigger than what you lost. Nothing was wasted, not the pain, not the confusion, not the waiting. Everything shaped you for the path ahead. And now you stand here with a choice. You can carry your old fears into a new season, or you can step forward with the understanding that you have survived too much to ever doubt your strength again. You can let the past hold you back, or you can let it fuel you. You can let fear close your heart, or you can let courage open your future. The direction you choose today will define the life you step into tomorrow. Keep moving forward, even when it is slow, even when it is quiet, even when no one sees or understands your fight. Progress is not measured by perfection. It is measured by your willingness to try again, to get up again, to believe again. Each step you take is rewriting your story. Each effort you make is reshaping your future. Each breath you choose to take with hope is proof that you are still becoming the person you were always meant to be. You are strong enough. You are worthy enough. You are capable enough. And you are not done yet. There are chapters waiting for you that will make you grateful you never stopped. There are opportunities preparing to meet you at the exact moment you decide to keep going. There are victories ahead that will make sense of the battles behind you. So do not stop now. Do not shrink. Do not doubt the power living inside you. Walk forward with the understanding that your strength has carried you this far and will carry you farther still. Your future is not behind you. It is rising in front of you. And every step you take is a reminder that you are stronger, braver, and more capable than you ever believed. Keep moving forward. Your breakthrough is already on its way.